Okay, today we are gonna learn about the clinical tab. As always, logging in first, and we are going to select a campus. We're gonna hover over our name, click here, and then select which campus we're working at. I am going to go to a test Provident for today. So what we're gonna look at now is the clinical tab. You can see the clinical tab from whatever screen you're in, and if you hover over it, we end up with a drop down, and I want to just quickly go through each of these sections. The assessments section is under development currently. Eventually there will be assessments in there that you will be assigned by your case manager to do. At this time, they are not finished yet, so we are not utilizing the assessment section. More training will come on that if we do begin to utilize it. Right below that is incidents. Now, we did learn in the client chart training that we can get to the client incidents through there, and that is the preferred way to access it. If we click into this particular incident view, we actually have to click through more stuff. So we click on incidents, then report an incident, and we're back at this familiar screen where we select the type and who it's for. There is another option here in this one called View Reported Incidents. And in here is where you will see previous incident reports. This view, though, is going to show everyone in the campus. So this is not the preferred view. Additionally, there is an option to review an incident. And now our field staff are not authorized to review an incident. That is a supervisory step. So you can see here where it says needs review. And our field RNs and LPNs are not authorized to do that. So you can view the incidents from here, but you should not ever click on the review section. So the next one we want to look at is dispose medications. And again, you can view this bar up here from any screen. So we're going to click on dispose medications. And this is where we go if we have to dispose of a medication. And we do this anytime we dispose of a medication, regardless of what kind of medication it is. So we have to select our client and select the reason. Well, once we select the client, it's actually going to bring up their entire med list. And then we select which medication we are disposing of. Now, this doesn't discontinue the medication or anything like that. It just pulls the information in there. So let's say we're disposing of some gabapentin. So I've selected that, and notes are optional, but you could put in something there if you wanted to. New formulary ordered. And then we put in the quantity disposed of. So this is a liquid medication, 5 ml. Let's just say there was 150 milliliters. The RX number is optional. We are not really utilizing that now. And we'll keep scrolling down to the bottom here. We're going to select the reason. So for this one, he got a new formulary. It changed. Maybe it's a new concentration. And for this, I think the best one is receive new medication package. Disposal method. Select what we did, mix with coffee grounds for disposal. The witness here, we're going to use this for narcotics. We do want to use a witness anytime we get rid of narcotics. We are very concerned, as always, about narcotic disposition and making sure we're tracking it. And in this instance, you are going to click in this box, and it's going to show you a list of all of the nurses who are authorized to work in that campus, and you select the nurse who's there with you, and then they're going to put in their RTask's password. We do recognize that sometimes there's situations where you need to dispose of a narcotic and there's no witness available if there was spillage or something like that. And in those cases, go ahead and you don't have to put that in. It's not going to force you, but you should, if there is any possibility of having a witness, put that in there. And if I was getting rid of a narcotic and there was spillage. When I put in my notes, let's find that one that we did right up here, I would add some information just to kind of make sure there's no question about why I did that. And then we're going to click save. Oh, something's wrong. Let's go take a look. Quantity. Oh, it doesn't like that I put mLs. So I'm just going to put 150. And I'm going to make a note up here that says quantity disposed in mLs. All right, and then we'll click save. And that's done. So now we're going to go back up. I'm going to close that out, go back up here. And next thing on our list is set up verify medications. This is where we go for our clients, where we have like a pill box, or we put medications in a cup for a PCA to administer. This is the spot where we're going to do that. So if I was starting today, the 25th, and I wanted to set up a week's worth of medication, I'm going to change my date range from 3/25 to 4/1. And this is going to show me all the medications for today. Actually, if I'm doing a week, I'll end on Tuesday. The next 7 days, including today. And then we're going to select our client. So select John Vent. And come down here. And now it's going to have all of our scheduled medications and even PRNs. So we can view by medication name or by time. I like to view by medication name when I'm setting up, because I'm going to grab a bottle of baclofen and I'm going to say, okay, I need to do the 2 a.m., the 12 p.m., and the 7:30 while I've got that bottle in my hand. But you may prefer to do it by time, and that's okay too. So we can collapse or expand all these at once just by clicking that. And it looks like some of these have already been set up. But we can see on these other ones where we have the option, it doesn't have it checked. We can see that the Wednesday and Friday dose have already been set up by Janine on this one. But over here, they haven't. So we're going to put it into the pill container that has that day, and we're going to click that. No other clicks are needed. You can unclick it, but click the ones as you set it up. And that's going to make it so the PCA or the family member you have it documented that you've prepared it for that other person to do. So really good documentation you get out of this. But maybe you're just doing for 1 day, just today. So we're going to only select from 3/25 to 3/25. And we can do the same thing, medication name or time. And these green dots, you'll see those here. Those are indicating that it's already set up. So actually, these are good to go. So I know, well, I only need to do the 7:30 p.m. for today. I'm going to put that in the med cup. I'll come down here. I need to prepare some hydrocortisone cream. So I put a little bit of that in a med cup for whoever's doing it. I'm going to do my Miralax and so on and so forth. And that's how you would do it all for this by name. You may, in this case, if you're just setting up for today, want to view by time. So I want to set up the 8 a.m. medications, or in this case, the 8:40 a.m. medications. So I have sorted by time, and I come here and I can do the drop down. Okay, that one's already set up. I don't need to do that. Don't need to do that. Okay, omeprazole. I do need to set that one up. All right, I've got it in the med cup. And Senna, all right. Verified the dose and everything. I've got it in the med cup. We're ready to go. So on and so forth. So those are the two ways to set up your meds. And if you pre-set up a PRN medication, this is where you would do it as well. So that is set up and verify meds. You use this for setting up for PCAs. If you maybe set up medications for a family member to give after you leave, this would be the place you do that as well. Medication charting history. So here's where we can take a little bit more of a deep dive into a client, what's been charted for that client's medication. So I'm going to select the date range. We always do that. Select the client. And going to scroll down, and it's kind of a familiar view. We can sort by medication name or time, and we can see when it's been given over that predetermined time frame. Not a ton of use here. Maybe if you want to just double check something in general about when the last time medications were given. The better way to look at a medication specifically is to view that medication service history within the medications tab. But this is another way you can do it. Medication set out of facility is not a feature that we use, so don't worry about that. And referral appointments, you won't even see that. It's not authorized on anybody's chart but mine. So that is the clinical tab. Again, if you have any questions, reach out to your trainer, reach out to your case manager, and ask them. Have a great day.